Ladies and gentlemen, next Tuesday, October 11th, the Durham probe trial starts. The Steele subsource has not only faced 5 indictments, but he's on trial for those 5 indictments. He'll get almost certainly convicted on 1 out of the 5 indictments. When people say, oh, nothing's ever going to happen, Sussman was acquitted because the jury did not believe that his lie that they acknowledged was a lie deceived James Baker, the top legal counsel, James Comey's attorney at the Federal Bureau of Investigation. It's a whole convoluted story, but there was a text message that the jury wasn't allowed to see or base their decision on. But this is not just one count of lying of 2 attorneys saying something differently. This is a subsource for the Steele dossier that the Clinton campaign and Madam Secretary and the DNC, and the Clinton campaign paid FEC fines and violations for. They broke FEC laws and paid fines because they used campaign funding to purchase a dossier that was completely fabricated against Trump. Now, as I'm speaking, my words are entering a realm or becoming a higher frequency, so much so that morally superior, highly educated liberal Democrats who feel that Trump is the embodiment of all corruption in the known universe can't hear what I'm saying. They would never allow Trump or Giuliani or anyone around Trump to purchase a dossier on Mashed Potato Brains Joe or Madam Secretary or Bill or anyone else. They would never allow the Federal Bureau of Investigation to have agents that say, we'll stop Clinton. But that's what took place with Trump. They would never allow agents to influence social media companies and algorithms into suspending the New York Post if they had a story detrimental to Trump. But that's what happened. If the tables were turned, they would never allow that. Hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen. I will have a live stream. I'll try to do 2 live streams a day on this channel. I might just do 1, so I'm not exactly, but probably around 6:30 p.m. Pacific today. So be here. By the way, I have a very important short. President Obama has cleared Donald Trump of criminal conduct. It's not my words. You have to listen to his description of classified data. There's classified and there's classified. And according to President Obama's words, Trump had classified data. Not really classified data. So you can watch the short. They're going after Trump when they know he's a president with the power to declassify. They don't have anything on him. They already know that he removed the documents. They already know that they were classified. They already know that they were top secret. But he was a president with the powers to declassify. And a president with a long precedent of other presidents who have had discussions with the National Archives or issues pertaining to classified data after they left office. It can't indict him for what they're claiming. And that short explains why. So share that short everywhere. To my new Patreons, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I can't do this all without you, ladies and gentlemen. To my new Patreons, you're absolutely fantastic. If you enjoy this, my channels, this channel, we're almost at 200,000 subs. H.A. Goodman's other channel and the Stock Market Crash channel. Then if you want to become a Patreon, please do. The link is below in the description section. I want to read you, ladies and gentlemen. Igor Danchenko indicted for making false statements to the Federal Bureau of Investigation. It's 5 counts of false statements. Durham is the lead prosecutor on this. 5 counts of making false statements to the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The charges in the indictment stem from statements made by Danchenko related to the sources he used to provide information to a UK investigative firm that prepared what are identified in the indictments as company reports. The company reports are the Steele dossier. The Steele dossier was completely fabricated and complete nonsense. John Durham took a huge loss with the acquittal of Sussman. He should never have started with the Sussman trial. The interesting thing is that with the Sussman trial, the lead up to it, the indictment itself, the admission in court or the accusation in court by, or the pointing of the finger by Mark Elias and Robbie Mook at Madam Secretary, the first time ever. And by the way, New York Post said she's running. She's back. Did I not tell you? Did I not tell you, ladies and gentlemen? I'm not perhaps right about everything, but I have the pulse of what's going on. I'll be right about this eventually. If it not 2 years ago, it'll be 2 years from now. If not 24, it'll be 28. Madam Secretary is going to be nominee again, and I'm going to just enjoy. I can't wait for that to happen. I will enjoy every left-leaning YouTuber, pundit, telling their viewers and their audience to vote Clinton again. After I accurately stated Clinton would lose to Trump in 2016, and nobody was saying that. You had pollsters, very, very esteemed and reputable pollsters, saying that Clinton was a lock to just win in a landslide. And I said, no, Trump was going to defeat Clinton. And it happened. I said there was going to be a stock market crash. Unfortunately, it's happening. It's going to get much worse. We're looking at a 2008 moment very soon, unfortunately. But 5 counts. One of the things that he'll probably have a very difficult time not getting charged with or prosecuted with or convicted for is working with the Clinton public relations executive. And I'm not joking about this. Bill and Hillary had a public relations executive that they were working with. So Bill and Hillary's public relations executive was, a man linked to them from a PR standpoint and from like a political operative standpoint, was actually feeding information to the Steele subsource. Okay. That's one of the counts. And false statement, he denied he spoke with a particular individual. Count involved statements made by Danchenko on those dates regarding. So it actually behooves the Federal Bureau of Investigation to get a conviction here. Okay, it actually it actually helps the government in a way to prove that they didn't set up and frame Trump deliberately, that they were duped into doing so. The Sussman thing was about the Alpha Bank absurd allegation, which was completely false. That wasn't that big of a story. This is the entire basis of Crossfire Hurricane. The Steele dossier is the entire basis of Crossfire Hurricane. When you have imbeciles saying, oh, it wasn't the basis, the meeting with Alexander Downer was the basis. It's a meeting between a foreign diplomat with ties to Bill and Hillary, by the way, and a person working with Donald Trump in his cabinet or staff, George Papadopoulos, who was set up and framed. Exculpatory evidence was denied. He was denied exculpatory evidence that would have exonerated him. So you have a situation, ladies and gentlemen, where, it's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable, like, the lengths they went to go after Trump, and then you can see the things that they've said. They said about Trump in 2016, and now they're horrified, and it's chilling, and that democracy is dependent upon people accepting the sanctity of their victories. When they took a gigantic poop on Donald Trump, and 60+ million Americans who voted for him. Never once did they accept or did they view Trump to be their president. These people are the epitome of hypocrisy. Then they pontificate about democracy, and it's like they cheated Bernie Sanders in a primary. Nobody says this. Nobody talks about this anymore. I'm the only person on planet Earth talking about Bernie Sanders being cheated. I'll tell you that every day. Bernie Sanders was cheated in the 2016 primary. I was the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post, and the unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters, according to the Washington Post. People say, well, how could you go from Bernie to Trump? Record low poverty. That was supposed to be Bernie's thing. We have 15% poverty now, 14.7% poverty. We had 10.5% poverty rate under Donald Trump, the menace to democracy. 10.5% is lower than 14.7%. That's the entire reason to be a leftist or socialist or progressive. You care about people struggling. You care about working class. Poverty was reduced to the lowest on record, 10.5%. Now it's 5% higher with inflation at 8 to 9%. And Credit Suisse, everything's going to implode, unfortunately, very soon. I told everybody that in the Federalist. I wrote my article in the Federalist. Read that article. It's in the description section and the pinned comment eventually. People, We'll get one, the country or the Durham probe special counsel will get one conviction. These people were political operatives, okay? The Steele subsource, Glenn Simpson, Fusion GPS, Christopher Steele, these were political operatives who set up and framed Trump, along with agents, along with other people. It's not only within their words, you can just look at the whole picture. They would never allow this to be done to Democrats. The fact that they would never allow this to be done to Democrats, and the fact that now you have 5 counts, and John Durham is leading this, and he doesn't want his legacy to be tied to a completely failed, venture into finding the truth. And we have Republicans, Trump Republicans, taking over Congress, the House, almost certainly the Senate. I don't know how you keep the Senate with an imploding economy, but that's democracy. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. Next week is very important, and the lead up to next week is also very important. Hit subscribe. Huge, huge victory ahead for the Durham Probe Special Counsel. Thank you so very, very much. Watch the short on this channel. It should be up already. You will love it.